This is the only gift guide that you will need for your writer loved one. Welcome to my channel, guys. My name is Nadar Sayed. Today I'm going to help you out with buying your writer loved one something for the holidays. Now, I did one of these videos last year and they did pretty well, and I found out that a lot of people loved my recommendations. So I'm back for round two, and let's just get into it. Now, the first thing that I have to suggest to you guys, and it might sound a bit gimmicky, but it's worked for me, is a Masterclass subscription. With this subscription, you immediately get access to a bunch of writers. Neil Gaiman, Aaron Sorkin, Margaret Atwood. These are writers who've been in the game for decades. And if not for anything, the fact that you can spend time for them for a bunch of hours is enough to get one of these subscriptions. Now, if you're a writer struggling with motivation, inspiration, creativity, art, the craft of it all, work ethic, this is a great way to sit yourself down, immerse yourself into the ideas and thoughts of these established writers and see what they have to say. A lot of these people are very good teachers, and that's one of those things that helped me out. I took Neil Gaiman's Masterclass and it absolutely changed the way I think, the way that I write, the way that I start to write. That's one of the things that I learned a lot in this Masterclass. So I highly recommend you guys check it out. An annual subscription right now is 50% off, I believe. Check it out on their website. It's a great gift to get someone, and they will definitely be utilizing it. Number two, back with popular demand, noise canceling headphones. The ones I have right now are the Sony XM5s. I love them to death. I got them for $399 over Boxing Day weekend. This is a great gift. I'm pretty sure these are gonna go back on sale for the Christmas time as well. The noise cancellation on these headphones are amazing. You could be in a public park, you could be at the train station, you could be in a cafe, and you wanna write, you can pop these on, insert noise cancellation, and you're good to go. Nothing comes through these. If you just wanted to be in an isolated situation in a public space, this is the best gift to give someone. Writers are very sporadic and they're very spontaneous, and if an idea occurs to you for something like a short story or an article or a blog post, etc., you just want to whip out your laptop and start churning that idea into something substantial. These will help you immensely. Now, there's other noise cancellation headphones also out there in the market that I would recommend. Almost all of them are pretty good. They get the job done. These are the ones that I got. I don't think there's any need to go full far right and get like the AirPod Maxes that are like 800 Canadian dollars. That's a bit overkill. These were about $399, and I think that's about the perfect price range to get one of these. And what better to listen to on your new noise cancellation headphones than Audible? Everything that I've mentioned on this list moving forward as well is not sponsored. This is stuff that I personally use myself, and I can tell you an Audible subscription will change your life. Let's say you have a 50 book reading mark for 2023. You get an Audible subscription. You can churn that down by 12, one book a month. You get a credit with Audible. I mean, it's what's better than that? The best thing that I do when I'm listening to books is that I listen to non-fiction books a lot with Audible. I love reading fiction myself, so I try not to incorporate that element into my Audible experience. So I listen to a lot of non-fictions because I can treat it like a podcast. I can engross myself into what the author has to say, not really have to visualize the whole world building and whatnot. I can just focus on the concepts and understand them and grasp them. So Audible, long-term gift that your loved one will truly appreciate. And now coming to physical books, something that I would recommend always, that I did this last year as well, is books on writing for writers. Now, the hardest thing to find is a good book about writing. The number one book that I would start with is called On Writing by Stephen King. It's a great book. It's a memoir / how to write, and it's told in this first-person perspective, interwoven with Stephen King's own personal life, with great advice on how to keep the momentum going, how to be a better writer, what books to read, how to read. It helped me immensely in my writing journey, and I highly recommend that to anyone who wants to gift a good writing book to your writing loved one. The second one is Chuck Palahniuk's Consider This. This is a fairly recent writing book, not a memoir at all. It's just straight to the point, how to keep your motivation on, how to keep your inspiration on, writing work ethics, and just keeping the ideas fresh. It's a really good book if you want to keep yourself motivated and keep yourself in the state of writing. And the final one is a little bit of a niche of a niche. If your friend or loved one is into classics, then they're definitely into Hemingway. And if they're into Hemingway, then Hemingway's On Writing is a great compilation. It's just quotes of him talking about the way that he writes, the way that writing should be pursued. It's a great little short 110, 120 page book, And honestly, you could flip through any page in that book and it'll drive you to write something new. And that's the best thing for a struggling writer. And the final thing that I would recommend is notebooks and pens. I think you can never go wrong with notebooks and pens if you're gifting these to your loved one. The one that I always recommend is Leuchtturm's 1917 notebooks. They have thick paper. They have a great, almost leather binding. They're amazing for journaling, especially for bullet journaling. That's the reason that I use it for. Fountain pens. Now, fountain pens is a bit of a niche as well. People like their keyboards and their MacBooks and whatnot, but there is something essentially human about writing with a pen. The dissonance between how fast your thoughts come into your brain and how long it takes for you to write is precisely enough for you to think about the next word you're about to write, which just makes your writing all that much more thoughtful and clear, and honestly better. So gifting someone a good notebook and a fountain pen with a bottle of ink, it might just change the way that they write. I do all of my poetry writing with a fountain pen. I sit down, I have a journal, I write all of my poetry in there, and I kid you not, it's changed the way that I form emotions with my work. It's a great tool. The pen that I use is a Parker pen that my dad got me about a decade ago, back in 2012. I just bottle of ink, refill it every few weeks, and it's the best tool that I have in my arsenal. And guys, that will be the end of my video there. Now, I think if you get any one of these 5 options that I presented in front of you to your writing loved one or reading loved one, they will appreciate you immensely. These are gifts that will last them the test of time. It's not an immediate gift. These are thoughtful, deep cut gifts that people often think about but are shy to say. Like the masterclass I'm talking about. If you gift a masterclass to your loved one, there's a bunch of writers on there that they can take advantage of. It doesn't have to be a specific niche, a specific genre of writing that they're pursuing. It could be anything: screenwriting, romance writing, poetry, novel writing, thriller writing. This is one of those things that they will keep coming back to and thank you forever for it. If you guys got any value from this video, please leave a like, leave a thumbs up. Tell me if this is something that you want to get for your loved one. This could be something you could get for yourself. Hey, I got myself the 1917 Leuchtturm notebooks. They're that good. I gifted to myself. And if you guys want to watch more, please let me know. Anything that you want to suggest, I will take a look into it and try my best to make those videos. For now, I'll be off. Thanks for watching. Take care. Happy holidays. Cheers.